Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today I have these two jump packs that we are going to be doing kind of like a side-by-side comparison. See which one comes out on top. This is the AVOPOW Titan series, and they're pretty comparable to what they are going to be able to start. And this is the Hulkman 8.5 jump starter. So I have a Hummer H2 that we infrequently use, and it tends to have a dead battery most of the time. So it will come in handy to have some of these jump packs, and not only that, the convenience of being able to carry these in your vehicle with you can definitely save the day at times. I've driven the Hummer a couple times out to stores or faraway locations, turn it off just to come back to the vehicle and find that the battery is dead. Basically because it has a, I guess you call it a parasitic electrical leak somewhere. So somewhere in the vehicle it is draining the battery when it sits idle. So anyway, anytime I have to go out and use it, I want to bring a reliable source to be able to jump it. Jumper cables are great, but trying to get a stranger sometimes to help is difficult. And then if you're in a remote location, it doesn't matter if you have jumper cables or not. You're not going to be able to get your vehicle started unless you have somebody else there to help you. This is where the portability of these come in handy and absolutely fantastic. So let's open them up, see what we get in each one, and then we go from there. So the AVOPOW, I believe that's how you say it. If I'm mispronouncing it, I do apologize. I have taken the packing material off of these ahead of time just to kind of make things a little bit easier on myself and to make recording a little bit easier. So right away, this does come in a portable case, which is absolutely awesome. I love things that come in cases because it makes stowing them away a lot easier. And it is definitely on the tighter side in here. But cool thing about this so far is it does have a little carrying handle, which makes convenience a lot easier. Okay, so it does come with a flashlight, and you got to make sure that you have your power on. And basically just hold that in for a quick second. And then that turns the light on. And then different modes, you just basically press in the power button, you got a strobe. Try not to hold it directly at the camera so I'm not blinding you. And then that will basically turn it off. And then when you're ready to jump, you basically hold this button in, and then it will tell you that it is ready. So that is basically kind of it on that side. So again, we just kind of like hold that in for a quick second, and then that will turn that off. Okay, there we go. So this is your kind of like power connections that are here. You have a power port, which I'll show you in a second, a USB and a USB-C. The USB-C is where you're going to charge it. It does not come with a power pack. Not many devices come with one anymore, but you can probably use a cell phone charger, plug it into your laptop. Some vehicles actually have USB-C power ports in them, so you can plug it directly to that. This is the clamp. These are beefy right off the bat. I love that it has some teeth on the front here and on the sides, so that should make for a nice firm connection to your battery ports or your bolts, depending on how your vehicle is configured. And then it has a quick start guide. It has an instruction booklet as well, so basically read through this. There's a lot of information, a lot of things in there to use. That is your USB charging cable that it comes with. And then this is your basically power port. I know these as cigarette ports from way back when. So you basically can connect it into this. So you can power some of your devices too off of this as well. And it acts as a large cell phone block charger as well. You probably charge, a couple phones with this, no problem. So a great emergency pack, to say the least. Okay, so I had to stop recording for a quick moment. My dogs were let outside and they started barking like crazy. So if you're a pet owner, you know what I'm going through. Anyway, so let's go into the Hulkman. And okay, so that sleeve comes off. And then this opens up. So put this back together off on the side. So when we get ready to go outside, we're good to go. Okay, so that gives us a little more room for this one. So this is the operating instructions booklet right on top. So again, read through that. There's a lot to this. This does not come with a carrying case. So that was a little disappointing, but there's your pack. This is where you connect the 12 volt jumpers to, as well as on this one, this is where you connect the jumpers to on the Ava Pro. So that is that. This also has an integrated flashlight. Again, they're all kind of weird on these to turn them on and off and everything else. So, and then this one, basically that's a power button to turn on for the charger. This one shows you how much charge is left. As this one does too, it has that integrated color scheme on there to tell you where it's at. This also comes with a power port connection like the old cigarette lighter adapters. And this is the port that you can connect that to right there. So this will also act as a huge charging block for your devices. And we get this put back together again. And then it comes with a USB charging cable as well. And then these are the clamps. Right away you can kind of tell a little bit of a difference in them. Let me go side by side since that's what we're doing. So the Ava Pro is on the right, the Hulkman are on the left, and you can definitely see that these are definitely a lot beefier. This also has some integrated teeth on the front. Again, show you side by side. So right away you can tell that the Ava Pro, they are a lot beefier to say the least. These are a lot more narrow. Ava Pro has the integrated teeth on the side. This one really, I mean, it's got kind of some like ridges on it. Let me hold that up so you can kind of see it, but it's not as pronounced as the Ava Pro. So anyway, let me charge each charger up a little bit more because this is them fresh out of the factory box. And then once I feel that they are charged up enough for side by side, we will go out to the Hummer and see which one performs better. And to keep it fair, what I'm going to do is let the battery run down as much as possible. I'm sure it's probably dead to start off with. So we will start one up. Then I will let that battery die by leaving the lights on. And then we'll test the second pack just to keep it basically, you know, good on either side and see which one performs better, the same, or worse. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're outside with the two chargers, and here we have our Hummer. Excuse its condition. I didn't realize how dirty it was, but I couldn't start it to move it to wash it anyway. So let me open this up and we'll go to start it and we'll see how that goes, see how much charge we have left in it, and then okay, so right away you can tell that this battery is dead. It won't turn over. And now the key's stuck because that's part of one of the anti-theft device features of that. So let's go put the power pack on one of these. Okay, so let's try the Hulkman first. And this is where you connect the battery chargers. Okay, so you have a round and kind of like a squared off part. So you got the round squared off part, so it's really easy to get that correctly plugged in. So now we're connected. Okay, so we're gonna hook these up to the terminals. So that's gonna be our grounded side. And then that's our positive side. So that's ready. Okay, so That's letting us know it's ready, and you can hear from the sound it's all kind of like turned on and it's ready to go. So let's start jumping it. Okay, so now it's down to 85%, and you can tell from the sound it hasn't been started in a while. So to make this a good fair test, what I'll do is I'm gonna take the charger off. And then I'm gonna basically turn it off, leave the lights on, let the battery die again, and then we'll get the other charger on. Okay, so next we're gonna do the Ava Pro. And let's get these hooked up. And this is right here. And I love how it's got this handle to make things a little bit easier. And same thing, it's got kind of like a round and a squared off. So that's easy to identify. Make sure you get it in the right way. So now we are hooked up. And I'm going to show you that the battery's still dead. So that's not starting. So, okay, so let me hook this up. Pretty good connection there. I like how the teeth bite into that. I mean, that is nice and on and ready. So this automatically starts up and says it's ready to boost. So let's try starting it. All right, here we go. So that was a really good boost, and that tells you how much charge you have left on that. So overall, they both did the job in the end. This had a little bit more, seemed like a struggle in starting. This one, when I had it hooked up, seemed like it started smoother. And again, the clamp difference, I liked a lot more on the Ava Pro. Just again, side-by-side comparison. You can tell the thickness and basically the teeth configuration on both of them are vastly different. I think the Ava Pro definitely gripped a lot better onto the battery, so I didn't have to worry about them popping off once the vehicle started and stuff. And overall, again, both did a pretty good job, but in the end I think I would probably go with the Ava POW just because it had the beefier charging cables on it, and it seemed like it helped it start up a lot smoother. Anyway, Brian from Garage Mahal, thanks for watching, and be safe out there.